see you, mate.
Good to see you.
How's things, all right?
Yeah, good, good.
Feeling good?
Yeah, man. Excited to get the LP out.
Very nice, man. There's been nearly 2 years since we last caught up.
Yes.
What has happened in the last 2 years compared to when we last caught up?
Well, we came out of lockdown finally, and then yeah, just on the booking side and the show side, it really started to take off. Like I was doing festivals and international shows, so yeah, it's been crazy. And then I've been releasing stuff pretty much every month to coincide that. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, you absolutely smashing it, mate. Everything I've seen since the last 2 years we caught up, I've seen you explode. What would you put it down to? Would you say it's your music, your fans? What would you say the main thing for you is why you've seen the explosion?
I think it's, yeah, over lockdown, obviously everyone was just online, so I feel like you had a lot more exposure and a lot more chance to like get your music out to more people. So I feel like that definitely helped a lot. And then it sort of made me realise what kind of sound I want to make. And so yeah, I've just carried on from that really. Well, I was thinking of what to name it because I always struggle with like naming my tracks. And for the album, like the concept is like you're sort of driving, you're listening to the radio, and it's sort of going into sunset. So you know you're listening to more heavy stuff, and then there's like a switch halfway through. There's like an interlude where you're like changing the radio station. It's sort of driving back from where you were going, coming into the sunrise, and it's more like chill garage kind of stuff. And so yeah, we called it 132.0 FM because all the tracks are 132 BPM, and yeah, I think that's just kind of made sense, I guess. So with 132.0 FM, I had the idea sort of like 2 months before I finished it. A couple of the songs I had already made and were already playing out, the clubby tracks. But then I wanted to sort of make it a whole body of work. So I started making like sort of more vibey stuff, like working on the intro, the interlude, California, and then the collab with Hamdi were all made sort of in a similar time. And then I've always wanted to create an LP where it's just a seamless listen, like you listen to the whole thing, so like the end track sort of blends into the next track, and you know, it always fascinated me listening to like hip-hop albums growing up where each song sort of blended into the next. So that's definitely what I wanted to do. And I think I was heavily inspired by Taiki New Light's LP on Night Bass a few years ago, which is like a similar kind of thing. There's like a variety of different genres in there. So that's what I've always wanted to sort of showcase, like a variety of different genres, not necessarily just UK bass or garage, sort of stepping out of my comfort zone with more dubsteppy or a slower tempo like the interlude in the LP. So yeah. I just work on stuff every day, and I just have a habit of just sort of accumulating a bunch of unreleased songs which I just don't know where to put. And so I sort of compiled these tracks together which sort of sonically sounded right with each other, and then sort of blended them all together so it's like a seamless listening experience. The first like 5 years of producing, I was using FL Studio, and I've only just switched to Ableton, which I couldn't really figure out before, but now I have. So it's just sort of completely changed the way I approach projects now. So hopefully it's for the better.
And what would you say the differences that you've seen already yourself? Is it the style of music?
Just the workflow really. Just compiling tracks quicker, getting drums sorted quicker, and just loads of stuff that I was sort of took longer with FL. It's like sort of cut the time in half with Ableton. So. Well, Night Bass have been great. They've given me so much freedom to just sort of put out what I want to put out, and they've been great with support, so it seemed right that I do my debut album with them.
I think it's amazing, since what I've seen over the last 2 years is seeing Night Bass grow as well as yourself. So it must be really cool for you to be a part of something that's growing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's crazy to see, and them supporting like new up and coming artists as well. It's great to see. My favourite song is the collab with Hamdi. It's the last tune. just because I really like the melodic feel to it and the chords. I was really happy with the chords and the vocal as well. It's kind of like dubstep-ish. So yeah, it's quite different from what I usually make. So that's probably my favourite.
Well, that is actually a personal question from me to you, is where are you getting your inspiration from each day to then inspire you to create this for the music?
I'd say my biggest inspiration at the moment would probably be the likes of Orphedan, Sammy Vergi, Flavor D, Champion, Notion, just to name a few that are making really, really good stuff that I've been supporting for years and yeah, have always been like a big inspiration. So for the next year, I'm pretty stacked with releases. I just released like 100% unreleased forthcoming mix. So it's just like a taster of what's to come for the rest of the year. So there'll be singles, remixes, EPs, potentially another album, but we'll see.
Any personal goals that you're also aiming for as well, other than the work stuff?
Personal goal is definitely getting out to the States. I think that's one of the main missions this year. It's a very long process, but we're working on it. So.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll do.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, so I'm playing in London at the beginning of February, back at XOYO, and then I've got a show the day after in Nottingham and Rock City, and then a few more things that I cannot announce yet. So. But they're big.
So check out your socials, yeah? Keep an eye on your socials, yeah.